and the sickle in the time of harvest, right? For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. So understand, right? Some people, they're going to have to flee. Some people will flee. Some, they love this place. They won't flee. They will not flee. They will still be here. Because they love, like what? The spirit of the wife of Lot. The spirit of the wife of Lot. We pray that no brother, no sister have such spirit. We pray that no brother or sister have the spirit of the wife of Lot. We don't want that for any brother. Because eventually you're going to perish. If you're looking at your apartment, if you're looking at, oh, your big house, oh, you're looking at your job, your businesses, guess what? You can't leave Babylon, buddy. You ain't going to leave Babylon. You ain't going to leave Babylon. You got to keep in mind. Let's go back here, right? This is the book of Psalm 137 and verses 9. It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth that little one against the stone. So keep in mind, this is about to happen, man. They've done it to our people. They've done it to the so-called black, Latino, and Native Indian. The Most High say the same thing is going to go down on them. The Most High say he'll bring vengeance upon them. The Most High say he'll bring the same vengeance, but this time it will be double for them. Double for them upon the wicked. Job 9:24. Esau, Edom, the fourth beast, man. The fourth beast. Let's go to the book of Isaiah 13:1 and 16. Isaiah 13:1. Isaiah chapter 13, verses 1 and verses 16. Let's read it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verses 1 and 16. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, and verses 1. The burden of Babylon, the burden of America, the United States of America, including Canada, okay? Including Canada, okay? Don't think that Canada will be left alone. No. Canada is part of it too. He said, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gate of the nobles. The gate of the noble. Who are the noble? America. They're noble, right? Everybody look on them as top. Every country, it doesn't matter, China, Russia, France, Germany, they look at the U.S. as a what? Noble country, a mighty country, a powerful country. You know what does it mean? Noble? Noble is like somebody that is a what? On the top, high. You see what I'm saying? So they're noble. American, they're noble, right? With the passport, supposedly. When they bring their passport somewhere, guess what? Supposedly what? They're noble with their passport. They're noble with the passport. Right? When they go somewhere, they say, well, you don't need no visa. Just buy the air ticket. You can cross the border. You come in. You got an American passport? You come in, buddy. Right? So keep in mind. This is a noble. This is the land of nobles. Right? Joe Biden is a noble, right? Verse 16. Let's read it. Isaiah 13 and verse 16. Let's read it. The children, right? The children, because when you continue to read, it's all about Babylon, man. Right? When YAHAWAH shall be able to get back and take the kingdom. Because we know that YAHAWAH, he will take the kingdom back. So understand that anyway, even though it was not written in the book of Isaiah, it was not written in the book of Revelation, guess what? We know that eventually this place is going to get destroyed. Why? Because when Christ returned to rule, that won't be America. No, there will not be no other kingdom ruling. It's only going to be who? Jerusalem, Yahushua. Will only Christ be ruling, man. There cannot be two captains in the same boat, man. Understand that? So let's read it. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verses 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. You see, you want to join with Babylon the Great? You want to celebrate Halloween? You want to celebrate Thanksgiving? You want to do all this nonsense? Guess what? The Most High said, if you join him with them, everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So you want to join him with Babylon the Great? The Most High said you're going to fall. You're going to fall. The Most High said eventually you are going to fall. So this message is unto you, so-called blacks, Latino, and Native. A lot of you out there, you want to be, you want to learn, you want to do the way of Babylon. You want to do the way of Babylon. You want to do the way of Babylon the Great. Guess what? Guess what? You're going to fall. Right? You want to do the way of Babylon the Great? The Most High said you're going to fall, man. Right? You're going to get destroyed. Destruction will see you, buddy. Is that what you want? Hey, you can go down that way if you want to. Right? We advise you that you go the way of the Most High. You keep the commandment and you be set apart, man. You be set apart. You be severed. All right? Let's read it. He said, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before the eyes. You see that? It's about to happen, man. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before the eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. So understand, man. Zechariah 14 and 2. Let's go to it. Zechariah 14 and 2. All right? Zechariah 14 and 2. Zechariah 14 and 2. Let's read it. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 1 through 2. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. And thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. So you got to keep in mind. You got to keep in mind. Right? The Most High said, well, your spoil will be divided right in the midst of yourself. Right? Let's read. He said, for I will gather all nations against Yahushua to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the house rifled. So that's happened to our forefathers 70 AD. 70 AD that's happened. That's happened in 70 AD. And before 70 AD, it happened under who? Nebuchadnezzar. Under Nebuchadnezzar. Right? Under the prophet Jeremiah and the prophet Baruch. Right? And the woman ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity. And that's what happened. That's happened what? During the time of who? Jeremiah and Baruch. Then it happened in 70 AD. Then it happened in the 1500. Then it happened in the 1400. To who? The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. And half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people should not be cut off from the city. And that's what happened. And some were left in. However, in 70 AD, fully cut off and scattered throughout the fucking of this earth. Right? The people were fully cut off and scattered throughout the fucking of this earth. Right? Let's go to it. Let's read it. Then shall the Lord YAHAWAH go forth and fight against those nations. So the Most High said, first, I'm going to let them take over my people. Let them come and fight against my people. You see, the Most High had in your heart, man. That's what the Most High did with Pharaoh. Remember Pharaoh? Before the Most High delivered our forefather from the house of bondage, guess what? The Most High, he had in the heart of Pharaoh. And Pharaoh, he felt this, yeah. You know, he called the witches. He called all the sorcerers, you know. He called them and they were doing things for him. And Pharaoh, he feel good. Guess what? The same thing happened with America right now. Joe Biden, he's feeling good. The Most High, he's having the heart of Joe Biden. The Most High, he's having the heart of Joe Biden. So Joe Biden, he can do more evil, man. You don't understand, man. The Mosai, you don't understand, man. The Mosai, he's hardening the heart of Joe Biden, Pharaoh Joe Biden, so he can do more evil against blacks and Latinos. Yeah? This is Babylon the Great, man. This is the virgin daughter of Babylon. Ain't no more virgin because it's defiled already. The land is defiled. Right? The Mosai, he hardened the head of Donald Trump for a while, right? Then the Mosai removed Donald Trump. Then the Mosai allowed who? Joe Biden to be there. Because there's some Bible prophecy that must be accomplished under Joe Biden. That's what y'all don't understand, man. You so-called African American blacks out there, you happy, you think Joe Biden is better than Donald Trump? You simple, man. They're the same devils, man. Same wicked people, ain't going to change it, man. It doesn't matter who they put in the White House, same devils, man. It does not matter. It does not matter. Understand that? So right now, the Mosai said, you know what? I want Joe Biden to fulfill, to bring forth some of my prophecy. I want some of my prophecy to be fulfilled under Joe Biden. And that's what is happening. It's just our people don't have understanding. Our people blind, man. Don't you see more evil multiplying? There's more evil. Don't you see more evil coming down? Of course, that's the Mosai, man. The Mosai hardening the heart of who? Pharaoh, Joe Biden, or Joe Biden. Hunter, Joe Biden, or Joe Biden. Understand that? It's the Mosai hardening his heart, man. It's not like he's smart. No, he's not smart. The Mosai just allows Satan to rise him up so he can do more evil. So Joe Biden can do more evil. Let Joe Biden do more evil. Tell Joe Biden to do more evil. He can push for more weakness. That's good. Joe Biden, he's wicked, right? Joe Biden is wicked. He got to push more evil. He got to push for more evil, man. He got to work for the Mosai, but on the left east side. Amen, hallelujah. The Mosai set him up on the left east side. He's working for the Mosai, but for Satan. You already know. So, but when the time is up, the Mosai will cut him off. Understand that? When the time is up, the Mosai will cut him off. The Mosai YAHAWAH, he will cut him off. When the time the Mosai appointed him to be there, once the time is out, hey, the Mosai will cut him off. Let's read it. He said, then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations. So the Mosai is going to fight against Esau. The Mosai is going to fight against who? Ishmael. The Mosai is going to fight against all the nations that took us slave. Every one of you out there that hate us, you hate us, you look on us down. Hey, all praise be unto the Mosai. The Mosai is coming, man. The Mosai is going to fight every one of you out there. So you got to keep in mind. The Mosai, he's going to fight every one of you. Right now, you are in the power. You do whatever you want to do. You are in authority, right? You got the power right now. Do whatever you want to do. You can oppress the so-called blacks all you want. You can kill them off. You can do all you want to do. You can poison their water, their food. Do whatever you want to do. It's all good right now. But understand that our God, YAHAWAH, He's going to fight you. Can you handle it? You can handle us, fine. But can you handle our God, the Mosai YAHAWAH? Can you? You cannot handle the Mosai, man. So eventually our power, YAHAWAH, He's going to fight you. He's going to fight you. The Mosai, He's going to fight you. All the nations, everyone you out there that have taken the so-called blacks as a slave, you look on the so-called black people as nothing, you think you're better than them, it's coming, man. You're running out of time right now. You don't understand. You're proud, you're cocky. Guess what? It's about to get loose, man. What the Mosai is going to show you His face, which literally is nothing else than death and destruction, man. Understand that? Then the Lord will go and fight those nations. So eventually, that's what we tell the brother. You don't need no gun. Don't waste your money on buying guns. Don't waste your money on buying any weapon. Don't do that, man. The Most High, He will fight for you. You keep the commandment. Serve the Most High. Stay in the Spirit. The Most High will fight for you. You don't have to do anything. Don't go off. The Most High, YAHAWAH, He is going to fight for you. Don't you know the angel Michael, Gabriel, they're protecting you, they're fighting for you every time? If the Most High were to reveal you everything the enemy has been plotting against you, you won't even leave your house. You will not be able to leave your house. You will not be able to leave your house. But we take it for granted. The Most High has been delivering through the hand of the angel all day long, man. Michael, he's been defending us all day long. We just don't see it, man. We don't see it. But he's been delivering us, man. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, okay? Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations. Against those nations. You see that? Against those nations. Against those nations. As when he fought in the day of battle. The day of battle, it was when? We can go back in what? Exodus. In the book of war. Exodus. And the list goes on and on and on. When the Most High fought. The Most High, He fought. So they say when the Most High is going to fight this nation. And His feet shall stay in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem on the east, and on the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof toward the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. So you gotta understand, man. This is Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great. Babylon the Great. Right? They want bloodshed. They want violence. Right? They want more abortion. Right? They want more evil. They want more evil. That's what we see, brother. That's why we don't want you to follow the way of Esau. Let's go right here. Let's go right here. So many names the Most High call this land. So many names, man. You got to understand. You got to remember that the Most High, He ain't playing no game. The Most High ain't playing no game. All right? Let me bring this out. In the book of Revelation. Let's bring it out. This is the book of Revelation. Okay? Let's go in the book of Revelation. This is the book of Revelation. Chapter 16 and verses 19. And the great city was divided in three parts, and the city of the nation fell. And great Babylon came in remembrance before YAHAWAH. So great Babylon. The other one was called just Babylon. Now the Most High called this new kingdom, is called what? Great Babylon. America is the greatest kingdom on earth today, man. I understand. I've been overseas, right? Where you got country where they live way better than here. Okay, they eat better, they got better system. But we're talking about the evil that this country run on. The evil that this country run on. The evil that they feed upon. All the weakness that they push for throughout the fucking of this earth. Right? You don't see no other country pushing for weakness, mainly except for who? For the United States of America. This is the only land there where they're pushing for more weakness, man. Right? It says, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountain were not found. So the nation, they began, man. The nation, they began. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the way of a talent. Imagine. And men blasphemed YAHAWAH because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceedingly great. So imagine, 100 pounds. That has not happened yet, brother and sister. That has not happened yet. Imagine that. So he said what? There will be what? A great hail. There will be some great hail. And those great hail, one is going to weigh 100 pounds. Imagine that, brother. 100 pounds. Imagine that. Woo. Imagine. So a lot of people going to die, man. one of those hell, they look like ice, but they're gonna weigh 100 pounds. Imagine. One hit you on the head, you dead. One hit you on your arm, you broke your shoulder. Some will smack some people. Imagine that. It fall on your roof, boom, your roof is over. Imagine 20 fall on your roof, or 100. Because we don't know how much the Most High store, man, in the storehouse of the Most High, in the heaven. How many will the Most High send on earth, man? Because the earth is polluted. The earth is dirty right now. The earth is full of weakness. That's why we say you don't see righteousness. When you turn on your TV, your CBS News, CNN News, MSNBC, do you see righteousness on the TV? No, you don't see righteousness. All you see is weakness. You see weakness. This is the cage of every dirty spirit, man. Let's read it. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, and verses 1. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying, saying unto me, come hither. I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore. You see that? The great whore, man. The great prostitute. Babylon, the great whore. The great prostitute. Right? They're stirring up who? The Taiwanese to go to war with China. And they're stirring up the Chinese to go to war with the Taiwanese. Right? They're always, that's how they operate, man. They're turning the Afghani against the Taliban and the Taliban against the Afghani. That's America, man. That's what America do, man. They only push for violence and weakness, man. They only push for violence and weakness, and that's what they push for every day. Violence and weakness, that's what they push for. He said, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore. Thou sittest upon many waters. So you gotta understand, many waters. Is he literally talking about your water? No, he's talking about the nation. Thou sit upon many nations. Many nations. America is ruling over many nations. When you take a look, hey, the U.S. Embassy, the U.S. consulate in the world, imagine. They have over 180 embassies and consulate in the whole world. Over 180 embassy and consulate in the whole world, man. He said, who thou sittest upon many waters. Sittest upon many waters. Sittest upon many waters. Yes, ready? This is the book of Revelation 15 and 1. This is the book of Revelation chapter 15 and verses 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plague, for in them is filled up the wrath of YAHAWAH. So keep in mind, the wrath of YAHAWAH for the 7th plague. Now let's go right here. Let's go right here. We're going to bring it out quick. Right, let's go right here. Okay, let's read it. Because he break it down for you. The most I tell you. Right? He tell you. He said this water, right? This mountain, right? He tell you the mountain, this water is nothing than the nation, man. Right? Watch this. Let's read it. He said, upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. He said, the king of the earth. The king of the earth, they have committed fornication with the United States of America. All right? And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunken with the wine of her fornication. So everything America do, anything they do in America and Canada, guess what? They want to do it in Pakistan. They want to do it in Benin. They want to do it in Ethiopia. They want to do it in Egypt. They want to do the same thing in Saudi Arabia. Don't you see that? Anything they see come from the American TV. The US TV, guess what? everybody wants to do it. Let's continue. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman, sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of name, of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. 7 heads and 10 horns. So he's talking about what? The 4th beast. And the woman was arrayed in purple. So to get understanding, we go in the book of Daniel. We go in the book of Daniel, right? The vision of Daniel. The vision of Daniel. The vision of the Most High revealed unto Daniel. When you go in the book of Daniel chapter 7, it's all detailed right there. It's all written in detail right there. What you can see, it's talking about the 4th beast. It's talking about the 4th beast. Let's read it. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold. And decked with gold, because the way they live in America, the way Babylon, they condone themselves. They want everything fancy. Even though some of those stuff are not good quality, they make the whole world believe that, well, they got the best one. Yeah, America got the best one. America got the best car. They got the best house. They got the best this, blah, blah, blah. Right? That's how they make everybody believe. Right? He said, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication, and upon her forehead was name written, Mystery Babylon. You see, that's a mystery, man. So it cannot be the Roman Catholic Church, okay? It's a mystery, so you cannot understand unless the Most High revealed to you. You cannot understand until the Most High give you understanding. If the Most High does not give you understanding about who is the Babylon the Great, the whore, the virgin daughter of Babylon, you cannot understand. No, it's not for you, man. It's a mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlot. You see, the mother of the prostitutes. Imagine that. That's heavy, man. The Most High ain't playing no game. The book of Revelation, man, it's too deep, man. The book of Revelation, man, you got to be in the spirit. All right? It says, the mother of harlot and abomination of the earth. Imagine that. That's deep, man. The Most High said, well, Babylon the Great is the abomination of the earth. Imagine. The most dirty kingdom on the earth today is Babylon the Great. The most dirty. But still our people want to follow their way, man. Let's read it. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. Which woman? Esau. Esau, Mount Sinai, Esau, Edom. They are drunken with the blood of the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Right? Jacob, Yashala, man. The so-called blacks, Latino and Native Indian. Very simple. Plain and simple. Not complicated. All right? Let's read it. He said, well, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. Right? And with the blood of the martyr of YAHAWAH. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. You see that? It got to be America. Imagine, man. Even John the Revelator. John, he said, well, he wondered with great admiration. He admired, he said, what a kingdom on the earth. Because John the Revelator, he's seen the Roman Empire. He have seen the Roman Empire. He have seen the Greek Empire. However, when he saw this in a vision, he said, well, let's read it again. He said, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So anyone, when you see America ways, you always admire. You always want to be like them, man. You see, that's why we got to be very careful. We got to discern, man. John the Revelator, when he saw that in the vision, he admired America. Imagine that. Like the same way our people do today, man. But let's see, the angel rebuked him. The angel of the Most High, he rebuked John the Revelator. Let's see. Let's see how he did it. And the angel said unto me, wherefore did thou marvel? Wherefore did thou marvel? He said, listen, man, why are you impressed, man? Is that something to be impressed of? You're supposed to be shaking, John. You're supposed to be in mourning, man. This is the most violent, the most wicked kingdom on the earth. And you admire it? And that's the problem, man. So, we got to pray. We got to fast. We got to make sure we're in the spirit, brother and sister. We got to make sure we're in the spirit in the name of the Most High Yahawah, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash, man. We got to stay in the spirit. We got to cast off the evil spirit, man. Right? Because look, John the Revelator, he admired Babylon in a vision. When he saw Babylon the Great, the whore, the harlot, guess what? He admires that he wishes to be in that kingdom. But what did the angel told him? This is what the angel told him. He said, wherefore, and the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carry her, which have the 7 heads and the 10 horns. So you got to understand, when the Roman Empire fell, first it was divided into 2, right? You got one siege, that was where in Turkey, the other one was in Italy, Rome. But however, they sprang up. Later, they became more. Understand that? Later on, they became more. They spread up. They became 10 horns, and 7 heads and 10 horns. You got to keep in mind, right? They spread up. They became more England, France, Germany. Sometimes they call them by different name. You got the gold, you got the Visigoth, and the list goes on and on and on. It's just talking about what? These 7 major, the 7 or 10 major countries that were born after the fall of the Roman Empire. All right? Let's really say, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not the Roman Empire. Right? They used to be the power, they fell, and guess what? They broke into 3. Right? In the beginning, in the early, you got Spain that was in power. You got Italy, and you got what? You got England. Keep in mind. You got Spain, Italy, and England. However, what happened? What happened? These 3, they were overthrown. The English, or your British, the Spaniard, the Italian, that, for example, start conquering, taking over everything. Guess what? The son took over them. The son, after Satan allowed them to set up and establish Babylon the Great, they took over Spain, and they took over Italy, and they took over what? England. Right? Stepping on them down. Right? It reads, he said, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. So eventually, they're going to perdition. And they that dwell on earth shall wander. You see that? So people going to wander after what? After the Roman, after Esau, Edom, after the 4th beast. The 4th beast is Esau, Edom. People going to wander. People going to admire white people. When you see them, you're going to admire.